Hello everyone, it's been a while. Welcome back to the channel. Before we jump into today's challenge, let me introduce you to the Query Lab, a platform built for anyone who wants to learn SQL, data analytics, data engineering in the right way and hands-on. Let me quickly take you through the platform. In homepage, you'll be finding some amazing courses to get started. We have designed to give you the best learning experience and with 100% hands-on. Hackathons, currently we don't have any active hackathons, but we'll be bringing them back in near future. We do post daily challenges, so be sure to check those out regularly. We do have a plenty of hand-picked SQL problems covering questions commonly asked in interviews. These are all great for practicing and improving your skills. And we also provide two modes depending on your needs, which includes timer to track your progress while solving the problem. We also have hints at the bottom, no spoilers up top. This way you can try the problems fully before checking the hints. And here's something really cool, Query Pilot, our AI assistant. It guides you, thinks you along with you and gives suggestion and improves your knowledge. It's like having your best self helping you. So always have options to solve the problem on your own. So that's the brief tour of the Query Lab. Make sure to check it out and solve challenges to sharpen your skills. Alright, now that you know about the platform, let's dive into interesting challenge to see how it all works in action. So today we'll be solving an interesting challenge problem, the ripple effect. Let's see what this problem is about. So this problem is asked in TikTok, X and Meta. Let us look at the problem statement. When a root post is created, it can be shared by others. Those shares can then be shared again, creating a viral chain. To measure the viral velocity, the marketing team needs to know the maximum depth, how many level deep the chain went, and the total reach, total number of shares for each root post. So the challenge is to find the viral metrics for every post ID, that is a root post where parent post ID is null. Got it? Rules. A root post itself is level 0. A direct share of root post is level 1. A share of level 1 share is level 2 and so on. So we need to print root post ID, maximum depth and total shares in the output. And we should order by maximum depth descending and total shares descending. Let's look at the input table to understand better. So they are mentioning in this parent post ID, whenever we are having a null, that means it's the root post. For example, in this input we have post ID 1 posted by user ID 10. So this is the origin of this post. Similarly, if you look at the post ID 100, this is the origin of this post by user ID 20. And this post ID 500, it's the origin, the root post posted by user ID 30, right? So let's see the expected output. For root post ID 1, maximum depth is 4, total shares is 7, for 100 it's 1, 2, for 500 it's 0, 0. Let's see how they have got 4 and 7. So they have mentioned that for root post it's a level 0, right? So what I will be doing, for example, for post 1, it will be level 0. Now let's see how many people shared the post 1. So post 1 is shared by user ID 2, 3. So I will be putting 2, 3. This will be the level 1. And all these we are calculating for post ID 1. So now let's see the post 2 and 3, how many people have shared. For example, here post 2 is shared by user ID 4. Post 2 is shared by user ID 4, user ID 5, user ID 6. Sorry, not 6. So post 2 was shared by user ID 4 and 5. Now coming to post 3, let's see how many people have shared the post 3. It's user ID 8. So these 3 users belongs to level 2. Now let's see how many people have shared the post from 4, 5 and 8. 4 it's shared by user ID 6. 5 there is no shares for 5, and for 8 there is no shares for 8. So this becomes level 3. Now let's see how many people have shared these 6. For 6 post 7, right? So 7, and apart from that there is nothing else. So this becomes level 4. So that's what here, if you look at the root post 1, the maximum depth is 4 because we do have level 1, 2, 3, 4 excluding the root. And total shares, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, for example here 2, 3, 5, 6 and 7, that's the total share. We should exclude the root post. So if we exclude the root post, we have 2, 2 plus 3, 5, 5 plus 1, 6, 6 plus 1, 7 total shares. Similarly for we need to calculate it for the root post ID 100 and for 500. So this is what the problem is about. Let's see how we can solve this step by step. First we need to find out the root post, right? So first let's write a logic. Let me put a CTE with viral post. First let me print post ID, user ID from post table where parent post ID is null. So let's try to print this out. Got it. So we do have 3 different root post. One post ID 1, post ID 100 and post ID 500 with their corresponding user ID. And let's also maintain the level. We know that for the root post ID level is always 0. So we'll make this level as 0. So there is a syntax error. 0 as level. Got it. So now we have figured out the level 0. Now our task is to iterate over the post 1 and see the level 1, level 2, level 3 and level 4. So as I mentioned the word iteration, that means we should recursively loop over this table to figure out the post posted by the ID 1, then the post posted by the ID 2, 3. So we need to recursively solve this problem. So since recursion is involved here, we'll call this as a base condition. And let's put union all. So now we do have the root post ID, right? So let's think what happens if I join this output with the post table. For example, I do have the post ID 1, right? And I'll join it with this post parent ID. I'll be getting the ID 2, 3, right? So let's see. Select from viral post. I'll be doing an inner join with post table. I'll call this as VP on. So in this viral post, I'll join this with post ID, and in this post table, I'll join this with parent post ID. So now I have joined this data. So let's print p.post ID, sorry, vp dot parent post ID, vp dot user ID, and since we are recursively looping over this data, we know that plus 1, for example, for 1 we have the level 0, right? For the next iteration that will become level plus 1. So what I'll be doing, p plus level, so vp plus level plus 1, right? So these cases we are taking vp, which is wrong. It should be p, because we are taking the new set of data, and for this incrementing the level, we are taking the data from the root and then we are incrementing it by 1. Okay, so it is telling that the viral post does not exist because we are referring the same CTE inside that CTE. So we should use the keyword recursive. Got it. So now we have the data. So if you look at the data, for the post ID 1, we do have the first 3 entries as the level 0, and for 1, we do have the post 2, which is shared by the people 11 and 12, which becomes the level 1. Similarly, we do have the data for level 2 and for 3 and 4. But if you look at it, they are asking about the root post ID, not the the post ID which got shared. So we need to calculate the root post ID also. So how we can do? So that always comes from the base condition, right? So what I'll be doing, I'll be keeping an post ID as root post ID, and here I'll be always taking from the vp dot root post ID, which will be the root for all the dependent entries. Let me run this. Fine. So now here you can see we do have the root post for example 2 and 3 is shared from the post 1 and 1, so the root is 1 and 1, and 2, if you look at the 2 is obviously share of 1, so the root is 1. So we do have all the data in place. Let me print only root post ID. Okay, so coming to the maximum depth, so maximum depth is nothing but the max of level for each root post ID, right? So max of level, which I'll call it as max depth. And how about the total shares? So total shares is nothing but the distinct user ID for each root post. So it will be count distinct user ID as I'll call it as total shares. So let's group by column 1, 2. Let us run this query. Got it. So since the non-aggregated column is only 1, we should put group by 1. So now if you look at the output, we do have the root post ID 1, maximum depth is 4, but the total shares is coming 8. So because we are not excluding the root post, so we need to exclude the root post, right? So I'll subtract the count with -1. So 471200, we got the data. So in the output they are telling we should order by 2 descending. 2 is nothing but the maximum depth, and total shares also descending, 3 descending. Got it? So this is how to solve this interesting problem. Perfect. So it worked. So this is how we'll be solving this interesting challenging problem. So this tests our understanding of recursion, how CTE works, and you'll get an understanding of what is the graph traversal, tree traversal, how a tree looks like. So that's it for this video. So keep exploring this platform on a daily basis. Try to solve as many problems you can, because hands-on is more important than theory. Sure. Thank you. Thanks for your time.